Yes, today I want us to look at something very, very important, and that is simply raising children who are able to find their own way. So yes, as parents, our duty is mainly to guide them so that they can find their way to success. They can find their way to deal with the things like the challenges in life. Yes, and then at the same time, I really want to share with you now on a Light Faith Academy, what exactly are we doing, and part of our function, part of the service that we offer, and how can it help your child. So this video is mainly about that. I am Pheello Ntuka, and most people call me Coach Pex. So even the children that I work with, they simply call me Coach Pex. I'm youth career coach, and just like a guidance counselor, but for career and also for real life after school. I'm the founder of Light Faith Academy and the author of the book called The Path to Light. What makes me different is that I have built a structured transformation system which I call becoming a paid person of value, which consists of 5 pillars. These 5 pillars are identity, personal development, skills development, value creation, and income generating skills. I also use the model that I call career success pyramid, which consists of 4 levels. And these are mainly to help our youth to move from the state of confusion to clarity. And this means now there are 2 targeted programs that I help our children with. The first one being the LSAP, and the other one being the LSAP. The LSAP is simply Learner Success Accelerator program, and the other one is, which is the LSAP now. The LSAP is Student Success Accelerator program. Yes, the whole idea is to really accelerate their success through these 2 programs. And I work specifically with unemployed youth between the age of 19 and 29. Yes, in some other cases, I find myself having to work with those that are a little bit older, but obviously their situations are very different. And then the other ones are those who are in high school learners between grade 8 and grade 12. These are talented young people sitting at home, invisible to the economy. So obviously the whole idea is to find something good, help them to find their purpose, create some kind of an offer, find a value that they can create and offer the world and the economy, and what the economy really needs. The market does not really care. The market only cares about value. So yes, not because of they lack ability, but no one has shown them how to package their value. So my vision is ready to see a South Africa where every young person, regardless of where they grew up, step into the economy with a confident and as a paid people of value or paid contributor. That's exactly what I do, my parent and everyone who's listening to this video. With that being said, let's dive straight into the video. Yes, maybe if I may just ask you this question. This is one question, sometimes because we are not sure now how it's happening. The question is, how many times have you looked at your child and thought, I don't recognize this child anymore? And another question, how many nights have you lain awake wondering, will my child ever be okay out there? Re phela lefatsheng le leng le thata, re phela lefatsheng le leng hore le unpredictable. Bana ba rona ba kopana le ntho tse leng hore le rona re dula re tshwila re le batswadi, because ha ba tsamaile ba le strateng ho na le batho be le hore lefatsheng mona na bana le meya e mebe, bana le ntho tse ba di etsang, and sometimes ba compromise bana ba rona hore ba thole ntho tse ba di etsang. Yes, but if that is you, motswadi wa ka, you are not a bad parent and you are not alone. So let's talk honestly for a few minutes about taba ena. Very, very important. Right. So what many parents are quietly facing, there are 4 things sometimes we tolerate the face, and while you feel or you have tried everything, but whatever that you have tried, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work because the wall stays up. How now? o ka re o lekile wa wotla ka ya krekanyana ya tshwatle ya o kgone o tlolela ka mane, but it's like whatever we really come we are not able to win. So yes, the first challenge we facing haholo re le batswadi ke glued to the screen. Bana ba rona they are always on their screen. They spend hours on their phone and they drifting further from the family each week. Every time we try to battle yena kare so you are not sure what to do anymore, because now phone yena there's a gap we are trying to fight. We're trying to close the gap and we are not sure what to do. So that's the challenge. The second one how he's very bright or she's very bright, very intelligent, so the potential, but they are unmotivated. But the drive just isn't there. Sometimes we even thought about lazy, but I can tell you they are not lazy, they are simply lost. There's a difference between being lost and being lazy. Lazy, all the resources, not everything I it's about exactly what they're supposed to do. They just don't do those things. They keep on postponing, they keep on saying I get like that's laziness. But lost on the other side, someone hana idea or kikalakai, hana the resources, hana the tools, hana plan, hana support. I want to do this thing, but I don't even know where to start. So Banabarona, they are lost, they are not lazy. So they are trying to find somebody guidance, the support and the resources to because otherwise now because the cell phone there's access. In other words, the world has got full access in their lives, in their mind, in making them feel the way, but there's got more power in terms of influencing them negatively. So but now on the other side, we as parents, we are fighting against this thing but we are not even sure, because the moment of wainka, sometimes how phone you are making things worse, you are not solving a problem. So that's one thing unmotivated, motivated because of the fatty and the only way to solve a problem mainly how do I help this child? But sometimes you want to solve a problem, but it simply make things worse, right? So no clear direction, uncertainty. After grade 12, they find themselves uncertain by a guy. Sometimes by at home after matric with no plan, right? So that is another challenge. The other one the attitude and the distance. We are talking to them, we are shouting sometimes, we are even praying, but the situation does not change. It remains the same. That wall keeps going up. So those are some of the challenges they are affecting us as parents, and they are also affecting our children, because now if they don't have a direction, if they get negative attitude, if they live in an environment, and if they are surrounded by negativity, a lot of influence at their life and their future. Obviously, if influence at their life right now, eventually it's going to influence their future. Yes, we are not really looking for Rebana be perfect, but all we want is the direction, the path. It's bright, eventually independent, something. And then yes, a child with purpose, direction, and self-respect. Those are the things purpose, direction, and self-respect. How you at the same time direction. Then resilience to handle the failure. fighting spirit ya it's very very low. O bonala le motho le go mo sala tletse taolo give up ile bophelo hana that thing of the drive of fighting every time ha kopana le failure. The pressure, we know about phela around the pressure e ngata e leng hore sometimes peer pressure, whether ke peer pressure, whether ke academic pressure, whether ke family pressure, there's just too much different types of pressure tse lo bana ba ona ba e face, and then in hard emotions sometimes maikutlo e leng hore they don't know hona ba controller jwang, very very important motswadi. So those are the things e leng hore le batswadi ra di hloka ngwana go abe resilience, abe le fighting spirit. Sometimes ke na le hore if dawi ka hlaha monana e bona target ya yona mhlomong e bona zebra mhlomong, because dawi ya yona ha e kgethi. Yes, so now dawi ha e hlaha e attack a zebra kapa e attack a nku, it does not feel guilty, you know. And even though rona re ka re no man, the world is not fair, why dawi ha e bona yona e bona dijo. So we need to make sure that bana ba rona ba understand now. Sometimes they will get attacked, sometimes they will get people be looking ha ba bone motho a leng hantle a le ka mo tsa bophelo but this thing e bona something looking it's a target ho yona e leng hore it lo mhlomong e bona something good e lo yona e batla batle rona re need to re ba fe the power of rona ba lwana jwang, how do they defend themselves against the external forces of life, right? So the wisdom to make good decisions, that's all another thing that we want as parents, because when you are not there, we don't know now how do they make good decisions. So we want to make sure that they're able to make those good decisions even when we are not there, because unfortunately we live in the world where we cannot be with your child 24/7. Yes, even somehow you still have to say how we get entwaneng kapo ulopheha kapo it's something. So yes, but we need to make sure that even when we are not around, they've got enough wisdom to make good decisions, to make choices, the right choices, and so on. So yes, and a young adult who becomes independent, this is something that I call a person of value. Somebody who has got the ability to become a good member or a valuable member of the community, a young person una le direction and uba independent. A ke kholo le motswadi o batla hore ebe o pepile moraka po moradi wa hao forever ka tla mo ko mo be fatshe a gone go ikemela. So we need to train our children so that they are able to ba ikemele ka bo bona, because ha ba se ba le ba hodile ba tlo khona hore ba ikemele ka bo bona. So that's exactly what we have to do. A close quote, Proverb 22 verse 6, that's what it says. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old he will not depart from it. Right, so sometimes, like I told you earlier on, it's not that they are lazy, but they are simply lost. And the school teaches them subjects, but the school has got a system it's actually designed in a way where they have to stick to a certain curriculum. But sometimes, unfortunately, curriculum does not include identity, mindset, purpose, working on their purpose, gratification, how to deal with gratitude, how to appreciate stuff. In other words, it doesn't teach them their life skills. It doesn't teach them about money. This is the reason why I said part of the program is to help them to become what I call paid people of value. Right? So no one ever handed them the map for how a meaningful, a well-lived life is actually built. So they don't know now how do you build a meaningful life. They don't know how does a well-lived life is actually built. So this is where we have to recopane these children. So yes, now that thing, because they don't know, they don't have a map, they don't have a guidance or somebody have a guidance, now they keep on drifting from one place to another. So not because they don't care, but because they were never shown the how. If you don't know the how, you may have the knowledge, but if you don't know how to approach certain things, eventually they get lost. The moment a young person understands their own path, they stop being a passenger and become the author of their life. This is something very, very important. The moment a young person understands their own path, they stop being a passenger, they become a driver, they become the author of their lives, they start writing their own life. Let me answer the question on your mind, because there are some, maybe right now, then you may be asking yourself so many questions. First question being, isn't this the school job? Whatever that you think school builds knowledge, we build person behind the knowledge. This is something about school has na the school doesn't have time to do all these things because they are following a curriculum 18. By end of September or October, exam maybe everything. So they don't have time to shape their minds. They don't have the time to look at their emotions. They don't have the time to assess their situation, their environment, and all that. So the goal is one will eventually pass a matric, pass a university. But at the same time, we look at the child holistically. We look at the other areas that are very, very important. So yes, like I get your school build knowledge, but we build the person behind the knowledge. Okay. So yes, another question is this just another motivational talk? And the short answer is no. It is a structured step-by-step coaching journey with real tools, real practice, and follow through. We don't just give your child motivation, because motivation fades away very quickly. The moment you get after motivation, you something, then that thing you feeling you no, because remember now, but hababona by practice. By it step by step, that's when they understand it, and that's when they are able to do it by practice every day. So the motivation is good, but now if you motivate someone who's struggling with something, now you have a motivated person struggling the same thing, but how more for the tools, how more for the resources. So yes, maybe another question, will my child even listen to this? Is I grew up where they are sitting right now, and I've been working with these children for over 5 years now. I think around 6 years I've been working with them one-on-one and in a form of group. So I understand because somehow you have to so that you understand their world, so that you speak their language. So that is exactly what we do, so that at least because how do we build trust with the person that we don't even know? There's a step-by-step that we follow, and this is part of the diagnosis system that we do before even we do anything in our house, so that we build trust, so that open up. We build a connection first. I always say one of the principles that we use here at Light Faith Academy, connection before correction. We must first build a strong connection before we can even think of correcting them. Young people relate to me very well because of the experience and the work that I've been doing in Lebona, and that's exactly why they open up. They open up with me because now I'm able to be on their side until I understand now what is the source. Once you understand the source, then you are able to deal with the real problem. And another question, can I afford it? There is an option for every family. We build this thing in a way, there's an option for every family. But the bigger question is the cost of doing nothing. The cost of doing nothing is more than the cost investor. In fact, we even have what we call intentional parenting support. The community that we have a community of intentional parenting. We are intentional about what we are trying to achieve. So yes, I'm inviting you to be part of this community. Eventually we'll have we help each other, we support each other. We have teachers on the other side about complaining but they are never there. So in other words, teachers in schools, because I was fortunate to have worked with my teacher, because I was part of a SGB team school governing body in one of the schools, and that taught me a lot on the challenges, especially on the challenges that teachers also have in schools, some of the challenges that they are experiencing. So part of what they usually complain about is that parents are not being supportive. Parents are not supporting their children, and they are not supporting them as teachers as well. So this is another thing that we have to bridge that gap. There's a gap there that we also have to we must be there for our children. We must understand, so that next time 20 years later, when you look back and you see one hour extremely successful, and then you tap yourself in the shoulder and say, I played my part, that weight is gone. So yes, so maybe now it's time to share Light Fruit Academy and so on. Light Fruit Academy, it's a youth transformation and career coaching academy. Yes, I was born in Sharpeville, like I get teacher, and we are helping high school learners. We are focusing on high school learners, usually grade 8 to 12. Babanki Kadile Moki, age 14 to 18, and then we have unemployed youth. They are just over 19 to 29. We still have, I think, in Ali, 1 or 2 children beloring their silver hole. I think they are about 34, Monadi 31, Monadi 34. Those, I think, are the oldest that I have. But anyway, we do exceptions in some areas, now over 29, but then we realize there's a potential, then we can help the children. If we can help the child, then why not? Right. We're helping high school learners and unemployed youth align with their passion, with career, become what we call paid people of value. This is our main core business. This is our core main outcome, and a vision and mission is really to make sure that we help them align their passion, or the things that they already have, the things that they already know, with a career that is aligned with whatever that they want, so that eventually they become paid people of value. We build character, and that is now identity, confidence, resilience, and good decision making. And then we also build direction, that is now study skills, purpose, and a real career path. So we help them, to find the direction. And the last part of it, we build value. We help them to build value. So that is now, we help them to build skills, a mindset to become independent, so that they don't rely on us forever. So we do this thing through coaching, through workshops, through practical tools, and through my book, The Path to Light, which is now this one that I have in my hand here. And if you want a copy, simply comment copy in the comment section, and then I'll make sure that I reach out to you so that you can get your copy of this book. It's only $2.95 including delivery. We deliver nationwide. And then what do we do? There's a framework that we use here at Light Fruit Academy, the Career Success Pyramid Journey. So we don't just motivate them like I explained earlier on, but we build the whole child. We start with the foundation so that they understand who they are. And then the next level, key academics, what they know. So we look at the things that they know and build on the things that they already know, including the academics. If some of them you find out they are struggling in school, so we look at the things that are about struggling, and then we find resources to help them to at least understand about pass. In other words, we are also looking at their academic performance, so that at least the results are to the next level. Because usually what is causing them not to perform well is distraction. They live in the world that is full of distraction. There's a system and a model that we use, negative influence elimination process. So this framework, we identify the distractor, and we eliminate those things slowly with your help, of course, Mutwadi. So this is the reason why it is important for me to come here to explain now what do we do as Light Fruit Academy, as Linna, Ntuka, Coach Pex. Yes. So the third level is skills. What they can do. Now we focus on the things that they can do with the knowledge that they already have. Because we may have the knowledge, but if you are not able to apply or implement it, it remains an idea, it remains knowledge. And unfortunately, most of our children and most of our youth, they are stuck at home with something that they know, but they are not able to execute this thing. They are not sure what to do with this thing. So then the last level, which is now a person of value, this is now how they can serve and earn. Because once they understand, they've got skills, they've got knowledge, they've got the right foundation, they're able to find value that they created, they create value, and with that value, they're able to serve. And the moment they start serving the value, by default, they get rewarded to the value that they serve. Right. So yes, that's how the foundation, start with the foundation. And under the foundation, we look at character, identity, resilience, and standards. And then academics, we look at how to actually learn and perform. You know, how do they study best, study methods they look by the there's a party that we assess them, maybe some fella what they are learning, you know, to sort of to evaluate their learning ability now, and how do they learn best. So there's an assessment that we take them through so that we understand now, are they more auditory, are they more visual, are they more kinesthetic, maybe was some or are they more auditory digital, maybe these are the ones by things has to make logic, things has to make sense for them to understand. So yes, Lena, I'm one of those people for me to understand things, they have to make sense. All right. So yes, this is the career success pyramid journey, which is built. We build it from ground up, and there are no shortcuts. We take them through the whole pyramid, each and every level in its framework. For me to be able to do this thing, there's a program that I'm going to share with you now, which we call the Learner Success Accelerator program. Otherwise, in short, we call it LSAP. This is a structural multi-session coaching program for learners in grade 8 to 12. This is a deeper and ongoing journey behind everything. The first part of it will focus on identity and confidence, who they are and the belief to act on it. All right. Number 2, we look at academic habits, how to study, how to remain focused and lift their marks. How can we help them to lift their mark as well? And then number 3, key life and people skills, communication, and luckily most of them, they already communicate well, but at least it's important that we help them understand, okay, there's power in communicating well. Some of us, we still struggle, we are still developing, we are still trying to help ourselves to communicate well so that at least people understand. So if we understand now the power of communication, then by the next 3, 4, 5 years, they will be far ahead with communication skills. Discipline, we have to make sure that they are well disciplined. Healthy choices, we need to make sure that they make healthy choices. And then career direction, which is number 4, to help them to have a real plan for after school, not a guesswork, so that after school or grade 12, they know exactly which direction they may take. We give them more options at least, so that they understand their strength, and once they understand their strength, their interest, and then they don't have a doubt, they don't doubt themselves, then it's easy for them to proceed to the next level, right? This is something alluring, is an ongoing coaching with a progress report to the parent. Every parent, report after every session, remove a report to learning. Every 3 months, a report alluring is even from where we started to so yeah, you always know now how your child is going. You always know how your child is going. Yes, if part of the program here, LSAP, this is where I work with your child for, remember the program is 6 months, but now on Saturdays, it's online, which is now virtual. If Habana the resources stay enough, I do this thing one-on-one. Habasna the resources, my office is just behind Val Mall. At home, I have an office there. One-on-one. Right. So yes, and then afterwards, when you will receive a simple report on where your child stands. This will have an idea on how we make up and also how to help them grow. Because I will have. This is the reason why I want your contact numbers and emails so that I can communicate to you so that you now understand something. Because sometimes I discover certain things when now you don't even, because I've been working with these children. This is now, I think, Lemon Sabu 6 now. I have a free assessment on my website. You can go and do that free assessment. It assesses your connection. Earlier on I said connection before correction. So if you connect well, they are able to listen to us and they are able to do. Usually sometimes because of because your connection is not strong enough. So this assessment, it will offer idea how in terms of how do you well connect with your child. And then yes, we have a WhatsApp community, intentional parenting community. This is where you can join us. WhatsApp, it's free. And then parents, the parenting tips, practical parenting tips, youth tips as well. Every week you'll find a video, and even if you follow me on social media, on my YouTube channel, you'll realize that I always have ideas and tips the challenges and so on. There's something really long on a high at Light Faith Academy. Let light shine upon your child. Let's walk and light this path together for our children. With that being said, as I close, your child's legacy starts now. There's my email, and then again, if you want to learn more about our work and me as well, you can go to our website, which is www.lightfaithacademy. Keep Pheello Ntuka signing out. Until I see you on another video, please remember to like this video and then subscribe, so that every time I release a video, it's on Lena, you are able to be notified. So right, in the description there's a lot of links and resources that you can help yourself with. So this video, it was mainly for that purpose. So look at in the description. In the description there are links and resources that you can help yourself with. Or maybe if you want to be part of Light Faith Academy, maybe you want to be part of the parental intentional parenting community, there's a link there, you can simply click and join. Or maybe if you want to enroll your child in one of the LSAP program, there's a link as well for that purpose, right? So with that being said, all the time, so happy on another video. Bye bye for now and cheers.